Do you want to improve your blocking abilities? I have 5 great advice for you which will help you to be more successful in block and to block better. Hi, I'm Jiri Popelka, VolleyCountry founder. You can find volleyball advice, tips and exercises on our YouTube channel. They come from my own experience or from the best volleyball coaches in the world. Follow our channel and don't miss any advice or exercise for you. Block doesn't belong among easy volleyball skills. It's actually one of the most difficult things that you can come across in volleyball. Block belongs among 6 basic volleyball skills. Every player of the team has to practice it and master it, except libero. Obviously, the most involved players in these skills are middle blockers who are specialists in this skill. I played volleyball in many countries and I have the most memories about blocking from Russia. Russian volleyball has ever been based on quality, high, aggressive block. When I faced a Russian double block featuring opposite with 211 centimeters and Musersky with 217 centimeters, it wasn't quite easy to make a point against them. We worked on block every day in Russia, at least 15 minutes of every afternoon practice. We work on it in the long term. Then it's so surprised that Russian players block very well. On top of that, they have great physical parameters. I also felt that my blocking abilities improved after that drills in Russia. The goal of block is clear. We want to block the opponent straight to the ground and gain a point if possible. In Russia, the coach wanted us, the side players, spikers, opposite and setter, to have an average of 1 block per set. Middle blockers should have 1.5 block per set. If we sum it all up, our team should have 21 kill blocks to play good according to our coach. 21 blocks in 3 sets. This way the coach tried to take us out of our comfort zone by setting this almost unachievable goal. The coach said, if you are blocking one-on-one, you have the same chance to block as attacker to score a point. It is war, 1 against 1. You have to be maximally aggressive on the block to win it. That was another point he wanted us to remember. On the other hand, you know that when you are attacker and you attack against single block, most of the coaches will tell you that it is your obligation to make a point. In volleyball, we get points from attack, serve and block, so we can't neglect it, block in the practice. And it has to be its regular part. As I've said, the most important goal of the block is to block the opponent. However, other goals are important too. In modern volleyball, it isn't enough to be able to block individually, to practice block formations, double and triple blocks. Tactics and team strategy of blocking are also important. It's difficult, especially for middle blockers. They get a lot of information from tactical preparation and it's up to them how they handle it in games. Let's take a look at 5 basics but very important advice on blocking. We adjust our jump by observing the attacker. We need a good timing and to observe the attacking player precisely. We can jump too early, we can jump too late. We have a relatively narrow time span to time the block well. Block is a part of the defensive system. It's impossible to block everything. Block must work in cooperation with defense in the field and within the tactics of the team. It's more important to where and when than how high. We need to be at the right time, at the right spot. When I spiked against small setters, I used to think that I would go over them, hit hard around them, but it often happened that the small setter was where he should be and I wasn't successful. Block can be either offensive or defensive. All of us want to make a kill block, that's clear. But imagine that you are blocking Leon who spikes from incredible high. That's why you also need to know the defensive block. Also, when a middle blocker reads the game and jumps later against the spiking middle blocker, he will block to slower the ball instead of making a kill block. The last and maybe the most important advice is that it's important to know if the block was executed badly or it was a good action of the opponent. You can have a perfectly set block and the opponent still manages to spike hard to the short diagonal. In this case, the only thing we can do is to clap our hands in our mind and move on. On the other hand, when it's a high transition attack and the spike goes in the middle of the court through the block, it's time to think about a mistake in the block. These are my 5 simple but very important advice about block which volleyball players should think about and work on them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.